And what is up, all of my beautiful wanderers of the world? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In case you guys did not know, my name is Walter. I'm a flight attendant and you guys are joining me on yet another layover. This is the layover we've been to like 18,000 times, man. It's been a few times. It's been a few times since I've been here. You guys know it. You guys love it. It is Amsterdam. No, I'm not doing a drum roll this time, but it is Amsterdam, Netherlands, guys. So yeah, so basically I was originally scheduled to go to Reykjavik, Iceland today. I am on my A days, which for my airline specifically means our reserve days, so I got swapped or switched about a few hours before. They needed a purser to work the Amsterdam flight last night, so I was chosen to work that flight. So yeah, I worked over from JFK to Amsterdam as the purser, which is basically the lead flight attendant who works exclusively in business class. So I worked exclusively in business class last night as a purser, and I will work exclusively in business class going back to JFK tomorrow as the purser. So yeah, and because we've been here so many times, I thought I'd do a different video as more of a follow-up video to my last one, which was the cabin crew flight attendant, what we actually do, and answer a few questions that I get pretty regularly in my comments and in my DMs, just to follow up and let you guys know exactly what that flight attendant life is all about. It's about a lot. So as you guys probably know, I have only ever worked for one airline in my flight attendant career, so my knowledge of other airlines and how they run and how they're operated is very limited or to zero. So yeah, I do work for one of the big three United States carriers. I'm sure you can guess which one. It's not that hard. And if you haven't guessed, then you know, good for you. Good for you. Don't call me out on it. I understand that I show my uniform. I know, it's okay. Just let me live my fantasy. So my knowledge of other airlines is definitely limited, so I can't answer, you know, all the questions that you guys might have. And also, flight attendant life and the flight attendant career and the job, it's very broad. It's a very broad subject to talk about because there are so many different intricacies and different things that you can get into that, yeah, so it's a very case-by-case basis sometimes, but I can talk to you about the broad generalization of what being a flight attendant is, and I will get into that with a few questions right now. So the first question comes from Warren, and that is the A position assigned or bid? So it can be both, actually. So at my airline, we don't have a reserve system. Our reserve system is our 3 access days, or actually 6 access days. They give it to us in 3-day blocks twice a month. So those are our reserve days. So for the rest of the month, we do bid for a schedule and for a line, and that's basically your wish list of everything that you hope to work that coming month. So you can bid for the A position or the purser position. You can bid to be a regular flight attendant, and you also bid for anything else that you would like the cities that you fly to, the aircrafts that we fly on, and like I said, the position that you work. So those are the 3 big things. If it comes to the day of that trip and there is no A position assigned, someone could have swapped off of it, someone could have called out, that position can then be assigned to an A-day holder, or actually not in quotation marks, just really a regular an A-day holder, or you can swap into that A position if you so choose. So it can be both bid and assigned, just depending on the trip type, or, you know, basically if you're on reserve. So the next question comes from X2Fly, and that is, I am hoping to be a flight attendant after I retire from being a cop in about 18 months. How long did it take you from the time you applied until you started the training? I am trying to time when I apply. I am 53 years old. I hope I am not too old. No, you are not too old. I know a lot of flight attendants who have trained to, you know, become flight attendants and in the later part of their life as a second career for a variety of different reasons. I've known a lot of stay-at-home moms whose kids have finally grown up and then they become a flight attendant because that's what they've always wanted to do. So you're definitely never too old to start the flight attendant path or to start a career as a flight attendant. That's definitely it. To answer the first part of your question, it took me roughly I started the application process, I want to say, in May. I had my face-to-face interview in July, and I went to training in September. I graduated from training in the middle part of November, so maybe about 4 months, four-ish, 5-ish months there. Once you get to training, you kind of lose track of time. So really, from the time I applied to the time I was officially a flight attendant, because as you guys all know, you're not officially a flight attendant until you graduate from training. That was probably about 4 to 5 months. Not long at all. No. Next question. Janelle Deer asks, how long have you been a flight attendant and where do you normally work? I.e. business class, main cabin, economy class. So my airline, we consist of 3 different classes. Business class, we have premium select, and we have main cabin. So it varies for my airline. You do choose as a regular flight attendant to work. You can either do the back or main cabin, or you can do business class main cabin or main cabin and business class. So basically switch it up. So work in the front one way going over, work in the back one way going over as well. Now that I've become a purser or a service leader, I either work exclusively up front or I work exclusively in the main cabin. So it really varies for me as a junior purser. Yeah, as a junior purser, I do pretty much everything. There's no way that I can exclusively choose to work either as purser or as main cabin service leader, but I will say that because of my seniority, I do hold mostly the main cabin position. And if you see me working, or if I tell you that I was a purser, that would most likely be because I picked that trip up, or I chose to work it, or I'm on reserve and someone called out at the last minute and I had to fill that position. So yeah, that makes sense. Lindsay asks, how often do you work with the same crew members? That varies to none. So I normally do not work with a lot of the same crew members. I take that back. Actually, now that I started doing internationals more, I have worked with a lot of the same crew members. So person on my crew for this Amsterdam flight, we previously worked in London together and I love her. There is a system called Buddy Bid for my airline. Basically, it's where you bid to work the same schedule as your friend buddy. So I have never done that before. If you guys watch my videos, you know one of my best friends in the entire world is also a flight attendant named Jose. We have never buddy bid together. We have always talked about it, but we just never do it. So yeah, but I would say out of all of the flight attendants, I've probably worked the most trips with him, but that is because we pick it up together. Like we'll pick up the same trip if there's 2 positions on what we call the swap board, where flight attendants drop their trips. Me and him will pick up so that we can work that trip together. We do it frequently, not as frequently as we would both like, but we're friends, so we see each other outside of the work. But yeah, if we want to work together, we pick that up, but we never are assigned the same flights, or you're never actually assigned the same flights as other crew members. You might get a couple like that sync up, but that's just because you're the same seniority and that's just what the system gives you, but you never are actually assigned to work with the same crew members. Unless you're on one trip, and then if you're going over, you normally come back with the same flight attendants unless they get rerouted, but that doesn't happen too often. But yeah, so normally, yes, no, normally no, you don't work with the same flight attendants or crew members. And this will be my last question, and it's probably one of the most asked questions that I do get, and that is from Emily. What qualifications do you need to have to become a flight attendant? Do you need a degree or to go to college? So no, you do not need a degree and you do not need to go to college. My airline's, like I said, I can only talk about my airline. My airline specifically only requires that you have a high school diploma, along with very strong customer service skills. And in case you guys were thinking, oh, you know, that's what they require, but they probably also really only hire people with college educations. That is not true. I know 2 flight attendants who only have a high school diploma. So yes, they absolutely will consider you and hire you with a high school diploma, as long as you have very, very, very strong customer service skills. I know in a lot of jobs that having a college degree does obviously edge you out for, you know, the job over someone with a high school diploma, but I think in the airline industry they are mostly looking for customer service skills versus higher education. Personally, I can't tell you that 100%. I'm not an airline recruiter, guys. Don't stake me if that is not true or that has not been your case. But like I said, I do know personally 2 flight attendants who only have high school degrees who were successful in the job. So yeah, I don't think that you definitely need it. Like I said, strong customer service skills are probably the top priority or the top qualification that airlines are looking for. Hey guys, it's future Walter. Funny thing that just happened. Yeah, I'm in the future going through my video of yesterday on my camera, and I accidentally deleted my ending. Funny. You doo-doo head. So now I'm just gonna take the opportunity to end the video in my uniform, running late for work. But you know what, I had to because it was my fault. So I wanted to say I love you guys, and I hope that answered all the questions that you guys had yesterday. I'm gonna throw up a video quickly so that you can continue to watch this beautiful mug. You see it, M-U-G, mug. Look at this thing. Like I said, okay, I was gonna sing for you guys and serenade you, but I'm really running late for work, so I'm just gonna say, here's another video right here for you to watch. Go ahead and click on it, because you know you'll want to. It'll transport you to another wonderful layover filled with Majestics. Yeah, it's filled with majestic scenery and some fun type of activity. I don't know. And here's a picture of me. Click on it and you will be subscribed to the channel. You know you want to, because this is the channel where I talk like this. Yes, I will continue to talk like this. Don't worry, it's not ASMR. It's just me talking like this. Okay, subscribe. Click on it. Subscribe. There you go. And don't forget to watch another video. Alright guys, my hand is getting tired and I'm running late. I'll see you guys later. Bye.